the year 2024, but we are bringing back an old school deck that I fell in love with, and I'm going to be working on and making it a meta relevant deck, or at least to my best abilities, and that is the Utopia deck that I saw on a different channel. I'm like, you know what? I like this deck, but I feel like it can be better. So what I like to do, guys, if you don't know me, I like to find old decks that are not very competitive and kind of spice them up a little bit and make them meta relevant. So this year I'm going to be focused on a couple decks outside of my Satellar Knights because those guys are up to date. I'm going to make Utopia, or at least try to make Utopia, a meta relevant deck. But I can't do that without you guys' help. So what I want you to do in the comments down below, work with me here and let's see how we can make this deck more competitive. I know there's a lot of Utopia lovers out there for you guys, and I know you'll participate. Because I'm going to be doing a little giveaway here every now and then on my channel. This giveaway is brought to you by, you know, a little package here which has Obelisk and I guess the rest of the God cards in the back, and one surprised quarter century rare. Could be one lucky winner that's subscribed to this channel and likes, comments, and obviously participates in the comments down below. I want to know your input on what you think we can do to make this deck more competitive. So this is the version that you guys are familiar with, and I'm also going to give you some things that I've been thinking about of how we can make this deck better. So we're going to start off with obviously the Utopic, what is it, Onomatopoeia. The 3 of is the ratio that I'm aware of that people run. It's a good card. Not really sure if I'm going to be running this package, to be fair, because I think that the goal that I'm trying to make with Utopia is make it more power focused rather than swarming the field too much, which brings me to these guys that might also get caught, the Zubazababako Gagagagoat. I'm not going to pronounce his name. The thing is, they mesh well off one another. You know, this whole package right here. The whole problem is that the follow-up is horrible. In case you don't finish off your opponent going first, you know, like if you don't beat him out or going second, you can't just rely on Utopia Double to win the game for you. And I don't think that this version of the deck is very good going second, or even having good follow-up. So this is actually something that I'm thinking about cutting, guys. I don't know what you guys think in the comments. This is what I want to keep. I want to keep Ascended Sage at 3, and I want to keep Armed Sage at 2. I think these guys are the key cores of that Utopia deck. Not only they make Utopia Double more powerful, as well as adding cards from deck to hand, they're free summons that you don't have to waste your normal summon on. Some things that I might look into is the Adventure package, which actually requires the normal summons, but that's a level 3 monster and that's a little Omni Negate. It's tricky, but I think that's something that we can explore. And again, this is a very active community. I want you guys to let me know in the comments how we can improve this. So I think these guys are mandatory in the deck for sure. And then Astro Karibo, I'm not sure if I'm going to maintain the 3 ratio, but I think it's pretty good since a lot of monsters in your deck are number monsters. And then the Astrotopia is definitely a 3 of. This thing searches out the trap that I'm iffy about, but I think I'll add back in to the deck, and it searches out the key spell cards that you need to make this happen, including one card that I have teched in that's actually pretty spicy that not a lot of Utopia players run. Okay, that makes this deck powerful going first. You got your Tornado and you got your Twin Saber. These guys are interesting because they make your XC monster more powerful, the one that you Leo, I believe. The problem is they're big bricks. Okay, these guys are huge bricks in the deck, and I know this is more valuable because it's like a negate on the field. However, if I can somehow bring out a different Saber ZW, which I can, because I think Leo adds from the extra deck as well, that means you don't have to draw into it, and it gives the Leo the, I guess, the impermeability, which I think I can settle down for. Instead of having double imperm, 1 imperm I think will be enough versus drawing the brick. God, you don't want to draw this thing at all. You got your hand traps and triple Ash Blossom. I might increase the hand trap level. This wraps up the monster lineup. So you can see where I'm kind of like where this deck is right now and where it can make some improvements to. Definitely looking to cut the Dododo package and just add more powerful spells and traps. So that's it for the monster lineup. Let's go into the spell lineup. What I'm given is the Onomatopoeia, Onomatopoeia, sorry, is a powerful searcher. Send a card from your hand to the graveyard. Add up to 2 monsters from your deck to your hand that mention. Basically, it searches for the the Dododo and the Utopic monsters. The problem is this is a big -1 if you get Ash Blossomed, and this will get Ash Blossomed a lot. So you don't really want to go -1 because your hand is already... I find myself running out of cards with this deck. I've tested it a couple times and I'm not happy with how I go super neg. So I think it's very important to have the ZW monsters, the Sage and Ascended Sages. That's about it though. And then the Linkaribo. I mean, those are like, I feel like that's all you need to get your combos going. But anyway, so that's the 3 of. 2 Automata Pickup. This card's actually pretty good, not gonna lie, but again, if I'm not running the ZW package, I don't think I'm gonna... I mean, keep calling it ZW, the complicated name, the too many syllable package, I'm not gonna be running this one. Zexal Construction is actually a good card. 2 of is very good because not only you can put back Double or Nothing, which you don't want to draw into. Man, I look like crap. I need to brush my hair a little bit. Anyway, not only you can put back those monsters, but it also searches for the Utopic Sage and Ascended Sage. So that's pretty good. I might bump this to 3 actually. The only thing is, like, I hate that it's -1. You know, it's not really -1, but it's kind of -1. And the key part here is it adds a rank up spell card, which I'll show you later what it is. You are running 1 of Change Tactics. I might bump this to 2. 1 of is good enough right now, I think, because you can search it with Utopia. It's a very powerful card because you are going to be bringing out a lot of Utopia cards. See, this is why I feel like Omni Negate will be necessary, because you are going to be summoning more than 5 summons, and Nibiru is pretty hot right now. Even I get it, it's a meteor rock, of course it's hot, but you know what I mean. So for that, I feel like we need an Omni Negate on board first. Double or Nothing, a brick of a card, but also a game winner going second if somehow you can negate all the boards, which is hard to do, man. Nowadays, there's no way you can just summon Utopia and then try to attack. Go for game with 10k damage is very hard to do. Hyper Rank Up, this is a great card for bringing out your boss monster. And then also the next rank up card that I use is the Magic Launch. This card is actually pretty insane because it can help you go into cards like Kali-Yuga with Big Eye, which I will demonstrate in my combo videos next. Once this deck is actually complete, I'll show you that combo video. Essentially what you do is you're gonna use your Dragonar to bring out Big Eye, and then what you're gonna do is during your opponent's turn, you're gonna pop this up, bring out Kali-Yuga, and then stop your opponent from playing for the turn. So I figured that out. You know, that's a big step for Utopia players. I think that like really helps the deck, making it more dangerous. I know, you guys are saying, look at him with turn skip versus can't play. I feel like there's a pattern here, but yeah, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But anyway, you guys were playing Floodgates not too long ago. Double triple tactics, triple tactics talent. Okay, triple tactics talent. If I had, obviously I could have taken out cards from my Satellar Knight deck and put it in here and called it, but I don't have them. I don't have the thrust, so I'm not going to put it here. This is the budget version, I guess, triple tactics talent. 2 of is good enough. Okay, so you're going to run 2 of those. You're going to run 1 Rhoda, because that's all you need, and all your cards are warriors. And then you're going to run the triple imperms, because imperms are still a great hand traps. Going first or going second. We're going to move on to the extra deck, and I'm going to wrap up this video. Okay, for the extra deck, you have your obvious starter in your Utopia double, followed by Utopia. This is usually what you're going to go into when you're trying to finish the game, but I don't know if we're going to go for that anymore. Utopia Prime is the next target to kind of rank, you know, get your draws off of, and then basically you're going to end up on Dragonar and summoning a bunch of monsters. That's the goal of the deck. It's not 15 cards because I'm still working on the ratios, and you guys can give me an advice. Maybe an Abyss Dweller can belong in here if you want to, or but I just love the artwork of Utopia, and I feel like that's what I kind of fell in love with, and I'm a sucker for artwork. So Ascended Sage is in there as well. That's just to bring out your other sages if you have just 2 level 4s on the bodies. You got your Leo, Utopia Ray as the boss monster, and you got your Dragonar as the other boss monsters. They're very good on the field together. With Dragonar, usually is what you're bringing out is a Big Eye, which I just realized I don't have Big Eye. That's what you would bring out. You would bring out Big Eye. Jesus Christ. This deck is not complete. So there you go. So now I have 2 extra spots that need to be filled. But yeah, Big Eye is usually the target with this guy that you can bring out. Side note, get Big Eye. Okay, Hope Harbinger, Spell Negate. I guess it's pretty good. It has a good secondary effect as well. Because you are playing an XC deck, you need a Superstar Slayer. You can also run Zeus if you want. You got your number of zeros. I don't know, man. I think those guys are probably these guys might come out. Maybe. I'm having a hard time making all of this because I don't know. Maybe I'm still like relatively new to the deck, and then obviously the Kali Yuga is the guy that's kind of like taking this deck to the next level. But yeah, I'm definitely sure this is like a draft project. I just thought I'd share with you guys because the best way to make a deck is, I think, with all of us united together. And I think that you know, I get my inspiration from you guys. I get my inspiration from Josh, who hasn't responded to my video yet, so please send him this video. Maybe he can work on the Utopia deck together with me. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Leave comments down below. Please engage in this video. I would love to improve this deck. If you want me to keep improving on it, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Satellar Knight is outie.